if you're looking for some family entertainment, come a few miles north of Centerville. Take the gravel road across the street from the Dale Church. Check out Papo's Pumpkin Patch. I'm Colt Spladdle. I approve this message.
Good morning, friends. Today is pumpkin planting day. So we've kind of been working out here this morning, getting everything flagged off where we think we want things to go. We have a lot of pumpkins to plant and a lot of different varieties to keep track of. So we're gonna do our best to do that today, and hopefully everything goes smoothly and the pumpkin planter works like it should. We're gonna do a test run real quick, make sure that it's planting how we want it to. So while we're getting ready for that, make sure that you guys hit the thumbs up button, like, subscribe, all of that. Really helps out the channel. Leave us a comment below. I love responding to your comments on the Mrs. Iowan Farmer videos. So make sure you leave us a comment, and I hope you guys enjoy this one. So let's strap in and let's plant some pumpkins. Hand feeding the planter.
Hey guys, so I'm actually going to do a little bit of voiceover on this video just because I'm still trying to figure out how to record and kind of narrate what's happening all at the same time. So right now, Ben and Colt are just checking over the planter, making sure that everything's working and in the right spot, and that it's going to plant and do what it's supposed to do, which, foreshadowing.
We need to get Kinsey to build one.
No joke. I joked with him. I said, "This planter's the wrong color for this."
It's a hell of a lot more complicated too.
Yeah. Well, I think it's simpler, but it's harder to run because it's simpler versus I just have to push buttons on the other one.
Right.
Look at it, it's a little row.
Pumpkin seed. Where would a pumpkin seed be? Not very deep. Are they supposed to be very deep?
All right, it need to be deeper than that. But do you see any pumpkin seeds? It shouldn't even be covered up yet.
We did not have the meters engaged on the first try. Let's try again.
So that was definitely not the problem. It still wasn't planting any pumpkins. So we've got the closing wheels jacked up so that we can see the seed spacings, but as you can see, there are no seeds. So we thought maybe we needed some weight because the ground was still kind of hard, so we decided to just sit on the back of the planter boxes and see if our body weight would get us to the depth that we needed to get some seeds planted.
This side's kicking them out. No. I don't know. Does that need lubed up somehow? They're turning hard.
So after a little manpower on the meters, we thought maybe that if we sat back on it, it would work again. We were really hoping that this planter would be a little more plug it in and go type of deal, but that really didn't seem to be working out in our favor on this day. And here we thought the seed tubes might be plugged, but that was also not the solution to our not planting planter issue.
So, Ben and Molly had to run to town. They went and got some parts and some things. We're having a little bit of trouble with this planter. I tore this box apart, got into this meter. It was actually corroded quite a bit and kind of seized up and stuck together. So, tore it apart, spit on it a couple times. We're gonna call it good. I've ran it here a little bit. As you can see right there, we got some pumpkin seeds coming out there. We got some pumpkin seeds here. So we should be rocking and rolling, which is very good because plan B, we were gonna put some boards on here and get some funnels through the seed tubes, and Molly and I were supposed to ride the back of the planter here and drop the seeds in by hand, which I don't know if we got any takers for that, but that ain't for me. So anyway, we kind of got her put back together here, so stay tuned. We'll have you hooked up in no time.
3.
You watched way too many Bill Nye the Science Guy videos in high school.
So you didn't take the other one apart? It was working fine?
This one, on this side, no, I did not take this side apart. That side I took apart.
So at this point, we were just doing really everything that we could think of to get these boxes and these meters to work how they should, especially with the money that we put down on this on the planter. The meters were just super seized up and didn't want to move and didn't want to catch seeds how they should, and it just did not at all work how we anticipated.
Which way is this thing?
I feel like these springs are like not engaging. How does this work then? With these, with that groove, the way that it's grooved on the bottom side. You understand what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Like, pull it back off there. This probably doesn't even apply to anything. I just wonder, like this, how it's all.
I think that's what spins. I think that's, see, and then that's what opens and closes on here.
That's why it's all carved out in there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know.
So then see how this changes the way the flags are?
So our test run didn't go quite as planned. The planter was not dropping seeds very consistently, or at all really. So we ran into town to maybe get some graphite and our backup plan of some PVC tubes to just drop them in there if we need to. And Colt, while we were gone, was working on cleaning out the meters. So they're finishing up the second meter on the other box now. We'll give that a go, see if that works. And if it doesn't, we'll move on to plan B. Either way, we're planting pumpkins today.
Did you get that gig?
Yep, everything's good.
So at this point, we'd been working on the planter for, about 2 or even 3 hours, and had done everything that we could think to do to get it to perform how we needed it to, and it just was not working out in our favor. So we just decided that maybe we should just go with plan B.
That's a hell of a lot more than 3 foot.
Yeah. I would really probably be happier if we just tried to do it by hand.
Well, let's do it then. All right, so we put the boxes back on, tried the wheel a little bit. They're dropping, but they're not dropping consistently. And we're just a little too OCD for that, I guess.
I get that, like, working
So
it's like I don't have
we're just gonna rig it up to where we can just plant it by hand. So Colt and I are gonna hop on the back of the planter. I'm gonna grab us some boards out of our trusty dusty wagon here. So we can sit up on the back of the planter and drop them down through a tube. So let's go. That's bigger than that. Locked and loaded.
So here you can see the system that we had set up with the funnels and the tubes. Ben had painted some lines on the tires for us to drop on, but that didn't really work out too well, so we just ended up counting. We were just going 1, 2, drop, 1, 2, drop, and that worked pretty good.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly.
So our setup here was just a thin PVC tube down through the seed tube, taped to an oil funnel, and then we just used a PVC cap for the dish that held our pumpkin seeds, and we just rolled on the back and just 1, 2 dropped it all the way through the field.
Well, you ever think that you went to college, spent all that money, and now you're planting pumpkins by hand?
I'd say we're probably about, what, like halfway done?
Yeah.
Half-ish way done with the patch. We planted a lot of jack-o'-lanterns. Ben's just refilled our pumpkin cups with different types of seed for different types of pumpkins. So those kind of like weird looking ones or different colored ones. So yeah, we're gonna try to finish it out. It's actually going pretty well with the hand drop thing. Our seeds could use an upgrade, but that's something we could fix for next year, I guess.
So we ordered a lot of seeds from a few different places. But one people that we've been really impressed with is the Outstanding Seed guys. They're out of Pennsylvania. Jamie Hoffman helped us out a lot on choosing things and has answered questions and stuff. And the quality of the seed in comparison to what else that we've been getting looks really, really nice. So they got a lot of cool varieties. If you're looking for a seed supplier, Outstanding Seed.
I have. Oh my God. This is a fat horse, tell you that much. Jesus.
That's some more jack-o'-lanterns to mix in with them.
I would be fine if I had a footstool right here.
On the outside?
Yeah.
That sucks.
That's hurting my leg a lot.
You want to switch seats for a while, get your other leg to hang?
I'm good. Go! Oh God!
So we started the day thinking that we were going to be like sectioning off different rows for all the varieties of pumpkins that we had, but we actually ended up ordering almost 47 different varieties of pumpkins. And we just kind of made the decision that maybe it would be a little more fun to mix all the seeds up and just have different types of pumpkins planted all throughout the patch in different areas. Maybe make the, you know, hunt for your pumpkin a little more exciting.
GoPro tough, baby. It's a very dirty camera.
Ollie wanted it to be said that, like that TV show, The Farmer's Got a Wife. Think about that before you sign up for the show.
So all in all, the planting by hand really wasn't too bad. It really only took us about 4 hours or so to get the entire patch planted, and wasn't too shabby, to be honest.
Okay, so we've got the big patch planted. It is all full. We are all done. Actually, the Mama Gear has showed up to help us. The actual planting by hand is actually working pretty good. So we might keep it around. It's not too bad, really. So now we're actually gonna go over, we have a little area that we're gonna designate for like little kids, like toddler age kids. And I wanna plant some of the little baby pumpkins over there. So we're gonna switch out our seeds and we're gonna head over there. With my sister, Cammie. Okay, so now we are on the last patch at the patch today. And now we're planting the gourds. So we're just gonna have a little patch of gourds right here to the side of the shop. Ready? We'll get to these flags so you can go. 1, 2, draw. 1, 2, draw. What? You grab a whole bunch of them? 3 at a time. It's alright. That is that for the pumpkins at the patch. We got about, right here, we got about 4 acres pumpkins all together. A little mini patch and our little gourd patch. It's in the ground, let's go. Okay, so we just ran to town real quick and bought a sprayer to put on the back of the goer so that we can spray some pre-emergent on pumpkins here tonight. And then we're actually gonna run up and plant some extras over at my mom's house, just so we know that we have enough pumpkins on hand.
So for growing the pumpkins, pre-emergent wise, now that they're planted, everything that I've read is to go with strategy here, mixed in with a little bit of dual. basically the only thing you can do is pre-emergence on this. So weed-wise controls, we got more stuff coming for that. But strategy and dual, pre-emergent, and we need to catch a rain within 5 days for the strategy apparently. So 1 acre is 64.
And 64 is half a gallon?
Yep. 16 ounces in a pint.
1 liquid pint equals 16 fluid ounces. So this is just some pre-emergent that we're trying to get mixed up. One thing that Ben is a little concerned about is keeping the weeds out of the pumpkin patch. It can be difficult to keep a pumpkin patch clean, and that's just what we're trying to achieve here with these chemicals, is just to keep the patch as clean as possible so that it's easier to walk around in come pumpkin picking time.
Pint number 2 dual.
The switch doesn't reach the cab. Since the switch didn't reach the cab, that means that I got to ride around in the back of the goer with the sprayer tank and be the switch operator. That was an interesting evening. Alright y'all, that's all she wrote for this video. Pumpkins are planted. They've been sprayed with some pre-emergent. We're actually gonna run over to my mom's house real quick and finish planting just a few more, just so we have a place to kind of hand pick stuff from to sell out of the store. So we did not have enough room actually at the patch for all of the pumpkin seeds that we bought. So who knows, maybe we won't have to buy pumpkin seeds for next year. Hopefully they'll last that long. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you liked this video. See you on the next one. Tweedledee and Tweedledum over here are ratcheting up the depth gauge wheels.
Closing wheels.
Closing wheels.
Yeah, who's Tweedledee now?
You know what? That's what he said earlier, so I'm just quoting Tweedledum. Not my fault, he don't know what he's talking about. Anyway, strapping those up so that we can check the seed in the ground. I don't freaking know.
Yeah, we're gonna check for the depth, check for the spacing.
Those
you didn't
things.
mess up so much, you wouldn't have to edit so much.
You know what? You should see the editing I have to do when it's like this and it's just you two.
I believe it.
The scrubbing that has to happen.